Oh my God, I'm going to discuss a little bit about what's going on here. It is mind-crushing boredom. So I got in my first entry, I second-guessed myself, and I was like, I'll go ahead and take an exit. And then I realized, you know what, girl, you had it right. I was seeing the right directions. So not only did I get back in once, but I got back in a second time. And so I have minimized my risk. It was initially right here. Once this takes off, we'll go 2 ticks behind there. But for now, we're sitting right here. I based this off of extensions, and it's right down where that previous area was that held up. Boom, boom. Of course. I think my dog hears me talking. It's like Pavlov's. Let me go outside. It's nice enough to leave the doors open. Okay, so why am I holding here? This is creating a little bit of a floor. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 closes, or bars that land right in the same spot. Your closes are trying to push up. Your MACDs are showing strength to the downside. So I do have a lot going in my favor. Everything's starting to open up. Yes, there's distance and may even pull back to where about the break even is. But I'm just going to let this roll with it for a little bit. It's not going fast, but no reason to no reason to get out right now. I'm going to close past that area. I'll move my stop up here. Two ticks above this area. Ignore that call. My phone was ringing. Ignore that call. Still a lot pushing down outside. The BBs are strong into the downside. I'm not nervous about this at all. I'm not exactly a fan of where my stop is. It's a very weak retracement area. But if it pulls back, I'm not getting taken out. I'm not losing anything on it at all. All right. There's one out. I'm going to be a little more cautious about this one. I may pull my target up just a little bit. Right at This is a reversal bar. I might take my exit, but I do like my chances. We do have still a bit of strength in the MACDs to the downside. Things are starting to open up, but they're not like, ooh, it's so pretty opening up. Starting to curve here just a little bit. Let me just let it run and move my risk in just a little bit more. So, if you noticed anything about my trading, I'm interactive with it. So, my stop was initially up here. I'm moving it down as things are moving along. There's a ceiling, I can put it 2 ticks behind. There's a small ceiling, I can put it 2 ticks behind. There's a small ceiling here, I can put it 2 ticks behind. But I like for it to push back past and close past that area before I move my risk. So it needs to close below here before I move my risk a couple ticks back here. 1, 2. I'm going to go past there. 1, 2. We'll be where that risk is at. It's closing at that bottom area. I really like it to push past, but I don't like the look of the MACDs right now. They're really giving a big bounce back. I'm going to go ahead and take my exit. Boom. There we go. Right here, the MACD started to push up pretty hard. Now, it could keep going down from here. I don't have to be in it. This close down at the bottom, there's a lot of distance to run to pull back. As I said, this isn't open up with a whole lot of strength and conviction. So if it pulls back, awesome. If it doesn't, awesome. I'm done. I had 3 trades. This one I lost 1, 2, 3 ticks on. Didn't really need to lose anything. My risk was actually right above there. I just was not feeling that trade very much. At that moment, I kind of felt like I was that I was. I initially had my entry way up here. But because I felt like I had missed the move a little bit here, I think I jumped in a little, knowing that this still had the potential to pull back. Once it pulled back, I just kind of said, all right, Lindsay, you're being silly. You were getting in at the right spot. I looked for my entries, and then I was in. I have added an indicator. I've added an EMA to my 1597, which this is the higher time frame EMA. This I've got set at 135. So my dotted ones are my higher time frames. The thin ones are my lower time frames. So this is my 610 EMA. This is my 1597 EMA. But I just wanted to, I experimented with it a little bit last week, and I really, really liked what I was seeing. So I thought I would just give it a chance. Oh, excuse me. And, you can see, like, the way that this MACD just really made a sharp angle to the upside, really said, okay, this is not right here right now. I'm going to get out of this. My pain tolerance wasn't in it today, guys. I didn't wake up until about 15 minutes before this red line. Kids are out of town. I was up far too late. And so this may push down. It's just going to go without me. And I am totally cool with that. Okay, so I've never done it before, but I'm going to see if I can edit this into the end of the video that I just did. I wanted to talk a little bit about, I accidentally hit end and didn't get to finish my thoughts earlier. So I entered here, guys. It was so slow and so boring. Like, I really got in, I think, a little hasty. I know better with this much distance and not a lot of really strength opening up that it's going to pull back. So as it started pulling back, yes, I did exit at the high tick of that. Hey, that's what happens. But I went, oh, lady, you're silly, and noticed that this is still going down. So not only did I get in once, we're going to pause this. Okay. So I did notice that there was really great entries on both of these as it was still below the 0 line. I know we had a little bit of divergence here. I wasn't so concerned with that. What I was noticing is, yes, we had a support area, This is the strength we had coming at it. This is the strength we had coming off of that support area, which says this support area is very weak. It's just holding for a little bit. I was anticipating for it to break, which it did. You know, this just little floor was anticipating a break. Now, I had a target way off here, which I knew was a little far-fetched, especially once we got into this area. That's why I had started to move it up a little bit tighter, but was noticing that that wasn't even going to cut it. So my first one, it hit my target of 2 points. The next one, I took the exit because, as I was saying, there's not a lot of strength opening up in these EMAs. There's a lot of distance to it, which tells me that I'm anticipating a snap back into it. Now, at that point, I have to ask myself, am I willing to hold until it comes back to my stop? Or do I want to just go ahead and take an exit and wait for the next trade setup, which in this case means no trade setup today. I am done. My brain is total mush. The kids are out of town. I stayed up too late. I got up right before this. I have a lot to do today. So, you know, just being, you know, attentive a little bit. I mean, you know, had I still been taking this trade and I'd had my stop back here, I would have definitely been out about the same price, probably with this point, maybe even a little less, because the way the MACDs roll into that area, you try to have a long tail, but you couldn't even close towards the bottom, and the MACDs are rolling higher. We had a sharp turn off of that area in the MACDs. This right here is a sharp turn. It's a big V off of that area. These sharp turns, I expect a little bit more out of them. You know, not just kind of a roll. And I know you kind of might be hard to see the difference, but it pushes down real hard and then it just bounces back up. Right here actually was what helped me determine to get out of that. It pushed down real hard, and then it was starting to make a sharp turn back up. And I said, well, yeah, but it's still got potential to the downside. Right now, you know, I keep saying, you know, I'm sorry, because maybe you don't. It's pulling back into these areas, which would be a great idea for a short trade, but the MACDs are super smoking to the upside, and they say forget about it. Now we've had a really great reaction off of this support area, which tells me that support area is anticipated to hold. With the strength to the MACDs to the upside, we've hit it before, now this is our reaction off of it. So it says, forget about any shorts at this time. If it goes, it's going to go without me. As for the longs, it's pulling right back into a resistance area that was holding. Does it have higher potential to break? I don't know. I guess we'll see when we get there. But I'm not going to be paying attention to it because I'm done. So hopefully this gives a little more explanation into, you know, what I was thinking, what I was doing, why I exited, why I got back in. And they were all at the same price, really, guys. I mean, yeah, I could have gotten in a tick or two earlier, sure, but I didn't. And so I had my stop in the right place. I was comfortable with it. And that wraps up this Monday morning for me. So hope y'all have a great day. If you've got any questions, definitely let me know, and I will be happy to help you.